Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to press this fun wine gift bag with the new CRICUT Sublimation printer paper. Everything you need to know about the materials I'm using is in the description right under this video, including links and discount information. I'll include a link to my Facebook group where I share my projects. To use the red wine today, and because they're white, you see a lot of white on them, I thought that's not going to look right on the white bag or cream color bag, so I did a very tiny offset around it. I'm going to be doing this with sublimation, so I'm just going to print and then cut off the registration marks by hand. But if you're going to have design space cut it out for you, you want to put a square behind it, or rectangle I should say, a line, center, and flatten. And that way your machine will cut out just the rectangle shape. If you didn't know that already, that's the secret to it, because you don't want it to cut out all the little letters. And of course you can switch the red wine for white wine if you'd like to. I did want to mention, if you go to templates, the original templates in Design Space, and you select the wine bag from there, that's what you see on my canvas. I noticed that the size for your decal, whether it's vinyl or infusible ink or sublimation, whatever you're using, the size for it is showing at 3.75 by 9. I personally think that's too tall. When you gather the bag, if your image is 9 inches tall, when you gather the bag, put a wine bottle in it and gather the ties, the top of your design is going to be bunched up in that gathering. Also, the bottom of the design will roll under the wine bottle because it's so close to the bottom, and this is a flat bag, so you have to imagine that when you expand it round for the wine bottle, the bottom of your design will roll underneath. So I don't do that. I usually make my design 3.75 by 6.5. The rectangle behind it is 4 by 7, and that's what I use, so that I can place it with enough room at the bottom for the wine bottle to expand the base, and enough room at the top that my design isn't gathered into the ties. So that way you see the design plain, easy to see. So I'm just going to take away that template. So that's my design, and this is what I'm going to be sharing. So if you decide that you want to use vinyl to do this, or infusible ink, all you need to do is unflatten this image, change the text to cut only, and the wine glass you will have to replace, because if you change it to cut only, it will just be a black glass. So you'll have to go to images and find a wine glass that you can use with infusible ink or vinyl. So this project can actually be used with sublimation, infusible ink, vinyl, iron-on. If you prefer, you can do that also. So I'm going to switch to my overhead camera and we'll press a wine bag with this design. So here we are, all set to press the wine bag. I wanted to show you this. I'm using CRICUT Sublimation paper. It's new. It's terrific. If you saw the previous video that I did, it was a comparison between koala paper and CRICUT paper. Both are 120 GSM, and the results from both were terrific, but the price you have for CRICUT paper you can't beat. It's really amazing. So if you take a look at this, there's no writing on the back of the CRICUT paper. It is pink on the back though. So when you turn it over, you can see that it's pink. It's a little hard to show in the lighting in here, but if you compare it to white, it's definitely pink. So the white side, of course, is what you're going to print on. So we'll just put that one aside. So on this one, as I mentioned, I was just going to cut it out by hand. I just used my paper trimmer to slice off all the registration marks. No use to, for a square image like this, no use to take out a machine to cut it. You can do it easily with your Cricut paper trimmer or whatever paper trimmer you have. So let's get this ready. As you can see, I'm putting butcher paper on the inside of my wine bag. I folded it over 3 times to make sure that I have good protection in case it bleeds through. It hasn't happened yet, but I want to make sure it doesn't. We're going to lint roll to make sure we have a nice clean surface, because that has happened to me in the past where I forgot to lint roll my project. It was a t-shirt, and after I pressed the ink onto it, I saw lint and I picked it off, and I had a nice white spot right in the middle of my text. So you want to make sure that you lint roll. You want to press for about 5 seconds, not a long time. Just a little bit to warm it up, and also because these bags are folded in the packaging, you want to make sure that you have your press mark out of it. So just a few seconds to warm it up. Infusible ink and sublimation, they are actually the same product, but infusible ink is, turn that back on, infusible ink is pre-printed sheets. You don't need a printer to use it. So this is what I'm going to press. You can see that I mirrored the image always. I'm going to place it on my wine bag. I'm going to leave enough room at the top for cinching, as I mentioned, and enough room at the bottom for the bag to open up when a bottle is put in it. And we'll just lay it centered. I have some tape ready. I always use the Cricut blue heat tape. I've never had a stain from the tape. It's very terrific. We'll cover it with butcher paper. And because there are seams on the side of this bag, I am going to put a bit of pressure on my Easy Press to make sure that I'm getting good contact with the sublimation. You can see that I've heated to 385 for 60 seconds. That is the recommended temperature and time for infusible ink on the Cricut Heat Guide, Interactive Heat Guide. So that's the same temperature and time I used for sublimation. So we're just going to press in the center of this. I'm going to make sure I got everything, and we'll press go. And I am going to put a bit of pressure on it to make sure that I'm pressing past the seams on the edge. My hands look orange. It's the lighting in here. It's a gloomy, rainy weekend. Supposed to clear up on Sunday though, so that will be nice. The sun is coming back. So I have lights on in here, so it's giving my hands a funny tint. And no, I'm not orange. I think this is going to be so cute. What a fun gift bag for wine. You can use it for holidays, for birthdays, a housewarming gift. It's really kind of neutral and will be really fun to gift. And there we go. That should be done. And we'll have the big reveal. See our butcher paper? It has ink on it, so you definitely want to cover with butcher paper. And there it is. How cute is that? I'm so glad I put the black outline around the wine glass so that it pops. Isn't that fun? And then the wine whispered, "Say what you really think." I think this is adorable. So I'll be sure to put in the description under this video, I'll put links for all the materials that I use in case you want them. And I'll add a link to my Facebook group where I share my projects. You'll find a post in my Facebook group with the project link in case you want to use it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're going to give the Cricut Sublimation paper a try. It's really terrific. Look at the red. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Colors come out so vibrant, really super nice. You know what? I'll add the link for my comparison video under this video also, so you can find that if you want to see that too. Please take a little moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already. Thank you for watching.